We're here today talking with Chris Hall, head coach for both men's and women's indoor and outdoor track and field. Now, Chris, Michael Bennett came very close to sweeping the pole vault titles in the indoor and outdoor seasons. He finished runner-up this weekend for the national title. How exciting was it to watch the back and forth and see Michael vault past 5 meters?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I think that, getting to the end of the season and for him to set a lifetime best by that great of a margin. He went 19 centimeters, about 8 inches higher than he'd ever gone before in his life. And to do it on that stage, I thought was really exciting. I got to tell you, I think the thing that impressed me most about Michael was the fact that after winning the indoor national championship, in a bit of a surprise, I would have thought that the nerves and the expectations that might have gone along with that would have been pretty tough to deal with. But he really handled the weekend very well, and I think dealing with those expectations that maybe others were putting on him at that point also. But could not be more pleased with the way he competed. I don't think he could be. It was fun to come down to a tie and a vault off for the national title, but I think what was really exciting for Michael was the fact that he elevated that much at the national meet, that he was vaulting his best when he was supposed to.
Michelle Dobbs earned All-American honors in the 800 meters, and Brianna Hickey competed in the 1500 meters. Talk about their performances and the standout years they've both had.
Yeah, I'll start with Brianna. I mean, I think that, obviously Brianna was a little bit disappointed. She was an All-American during the indoor season and had pretty high expectations in the outdoor meet as well. I don't think that she competed poorly. Unfortunately, was in a heat that just was a very slow heat, and it really elevated over the last 600 meters, and she put herself in the right position to succeed and to move on, and ended up being the odd person out of qualifying to finals. I was impressed with Brianna. After the meet, I don't think that she spent time feeling sorry for herself. I think that she was evaluating the race for what it was. I think Brianna is really fully engaged in the process of getting better. And, she had good perspective on the weekend in terms of, recognition that this was her first outdoor national meet, and, it was great to be there, and that she learned from it and so forth. And while she was a bit disappointed in her performance and not advancing on to the finals in particular, because she said she just felt great. I think that she was running well at the right time of the year, but I feel the circumstances of the race and, just how it was run by the field, impacted her a little bit, but really pleased with how quickly she turned the page, used it as a stepping stone for next year. Michelle, I thought, had just an outstanding freshman year. To come in here, and she came in as a pretty outstanding runner. Coming out of high school, we had high expectations for Michelle right away, and she just loved the stage. I think that she just really embraced the opportunity to race against the best. I don't know that Michelle was so much out there thinking, this is my particular place goal that I want. I think she wanted to get into a really competitive race with outstanding athletes and see how she measured up. And, certainly she measured up well. I mean, to be 4th indoors and 5th out, and she broke our school record. And I think she was just very, very pleased with the weekend in general. And I was as well with the way she performed.
Looking back on the indoor and outdoor seasons, what were the big successes both programs achieved that stick out in your mind?
I mean, the biggest success for us this past year was on the women's side, that we won the indoor conference championship. And my favorite part about that meet was the fact that we scored in every event, that we had a complete team out there competing. Outdoors, our women were second. I think we dealt with a couple of injuries, and I'm sure that Wash U did as well, the team that defeated us. But we lost Rachel Jackson outdoors, which really hurt us. I mean, Rachel was our high point scorer during the indoor conference championships, and then for Catherine Young as well. who was diagnosed with a stress fracture. To go without those two people, I really feel that we were in a position to win that conference championship, and again scored in every event at the outdoor conference championship, with the exception of one. And I like where our women are. I think that we have a very, very complete team right now on the women's side. On the men's side, I was really pleased with the way that we elevated during the outdoor season, that we got better outdoors and continued to move forward. Our guys aren't where we want to be right now, but I don't think we're very far off. We'd like to get ourselves back into contention of winning that conference title, but we have a couple of places on our team right now that we just need to get a little bit better. And I think we've answered a lot of that with recruiting. We're not losing a lot of seniors, although we're losing some very good ones. But I'm excited about next year. And I think going into the outdoor season, that's what I was most hoping to get out of that season, was a bit of a springboard and some people excited about the following season. I think our seniors left on a really high note, and Dan Pavitsky, I thought, had an absolutely spectacular outdoor season, in particular at the conference meet, and as did Sam Butler and Griffin Brunk, and I thought those guys really performed at a high level. But with our guys right now, I do think that we're looking a little bit toward the future. Just kind of hope the future's next year.